Gang, 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 what is up? What's going on? We are live. It is 9:22, Saturday, May 25th, East Coast time. Video is up for the NBA. MLB video is not coming out, but update, whether you're watching this live, let people trickle in, or whether you're watching this on a little bit of a replay, update to the Patreon site where you can get the NBA projections plug and some other things. I added the MLB sheet. I'm not going to be able to do MLB videos every day. Like I said, definitely will be, though, soon, especially when NBA is over and some other things. But I'm going to be traveling today in about 2 hours. The NBA slate starts at 2. So by the time, or the MLB slate starts at 2. So by the time I get an MLB video up, it'll be like 2 hours notice, which will help some people. But for me, traveling, I'm not really playing the slate since I'll be driving. I'm not going to get an MLB video up. I do have the MLB pitcher sheet right here. It's right here. It's on Patreon as well. There's an option for that. I added a couple of more tiers. What's going on, Ant888? Yo, 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 Sal. Yo, yo, yo. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great start to your morning and weekend, Ant. Another thing that I added was a couple of questions came in on some previous live streams, a couple in my DMs over the past few weeks. And it's just about like coaching or consulting, DFS. And I never really thought about that, and it's an interesting idea. So I added a tier on Patreon for a 1 hour DFS Skype/coaching call, and it'll also get you into the coaching clients private Facebook group where you could pretty much ask me then any questions. I usually try to answer people's questions no matter where they ask them, but this will be more prioritized, and if you ask in-depth questions, I will be definitely answering them, whereas if you ask those on some other things, it doesn't make sense for me to spend an hour replying to you or explaining something to you in a conversation. But for that tier, the coaching clients, that will be. So that's Patreon. It's updated, right? Everything is updated on here. All the tiers are live. That's just what this is. I added descriptions. The ones that are on here up top, NBA, FanDuel projections. The MLB sheet is now there. Golf sheet has been there. Draftkings and NBA if you just want NBA both. All current sports is now an option. You get every single thing that I have for a bundled price. And then you have these DFS coaching calls. So that's Patreon. X that out. That's just an update for people. What's going on, Scott Stewart? What's going on, my man? Appreciate you on Twitter and just everything else. How you doing, boss? Yeah, so what we have here is just NBA. Scott, how are you doing in golf? I'm doing miserable. I think it's hard not to be doing miserable for most people. I think it was, 3%, 6 out of 6s, with every single $10,000 player and everybody really just bombing. My God, it seems like none of them really cared, and they were just getting practice strokes in, trying to get out their bad strokes before the Open, I guess. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here for now. I'm going to be here for a little while. Talking NBA, talking MLB, even like I said, I dove into the slate. I'm most likely not playing it since I got to depart around noon today. But if I get something together by then that I like, I'll play. This is the slate. Seems like we had Patrick Corbin last Saturday as well. I think we did, or maybe it was Sunday. It was a weekend slate. So yeah, this is the slate here. Nothing that really stands out too much, to be honest with you. I think it's pretty straightforward. Pitching wise for a 20-game slate, it's not usually what we get. I think that the mid-range options, there's one or two, but that's about it. What time is the game tonight? That's a great question. It was 8 or 8:30 the last time. Let's look. Let's check out our friends at Google. Got 1 6 out of 6 out of 96 lines. Holy cow, would you play the 25 cents? Yeah, so 1 6 out of 6 out of 96, that's like 1.5% of your lineups when the overall was 3.5% or 3%. It's crazy. Well, that's what happens when all the big guys get knocked out. The game tonight is at 8:30, Ant. I will not be doing, I really would love to do a live stream before, like we did the other night. We had like 120, 130 people in here just chilling in the live stream for an hour, hour and a half. Not even before lock. We did it from like 5 to 6:30, and lock was at like 8:30. So that was fun. Was excited, but I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm going to be traveling, most likely traveling today, if not early tomorrow morning, to the beach in Belmar where it's going to be 85 degrees. Uh, uh, So, I imagine most people are like just waking up, yada, yada, yada. I got bacon on the stove right now. I could hear it sizzling. Put it on low, though, so, we can't be burning the bacon. But it smells goddamn great. A little bit later start to the day today. Got up at 7. Got like 9 hours of sleep, which was rare. But that's fun. Yeah, so I guess I will talk a little bit about the NBA slate, what I'm seeing here. Just pricing is the main thing, right? Pricing and some minute adjustments. The biggest thing is Fred VanVleet. So The biggest things, I was just at the Jersey Shore last week also. Weather was nice. Yeah, it's supposed to rain where I am right now. It's supposed to rain where I was going to go this weekend potentially. And then I see Belmar and it's going to be nice today, but really nice tomorrow. I've gone to Belmar for Memorial Day so many times without really even planning to. It just happens where it's like, oh, it's going to be 85 at Belmar tomorrow. Let's take the little road trip. So I think I'm going to do that. Nicholas, what's going on? Who's the one high-priced guy for NBA that you're going to fade tonight? Probably, go out of my way to make a stand on. Probably Malcolm Brogdon. Just ending up not getting much to. Probably Chris Middleton. Actually actively trying to not play as much of. Probably Malcolm Brogdon. And then just pricing-wise, I'm not going to get to a lot of Middleton. I don't think so. Golf was painful. Alphabet Man and Bryson killed me. Yeah, the Alphabet Man killed me too. I played Alphabet Man. I had Bryson in my lineup, my one lineup, until right before lock, and I go off of him for rookie, so that didn't help too much. Alphabet Man absolutely dreadful. What did he finish, +7, just absolute dust. Let's check that. I really don't even know because I knew my lineups were dead. It sucks because I knew my lineups were dead literally 30 minutes into play once Ricky was +3 and Alphabet Man was +5. I was just you kidding me? I can't even get to Friday with a sweat. So it's terrible. What am I on? This is not what I want. Is this the new PGA leaderboard? That looked disgusting. Is this it? Is this the new leaderboard? Is this just come out of nowhere? Why can't I get to the one that I'm used to? Jesus Christ, these look disgusting, these leaderboards. Is this it? This is it. This is what I like. So you worship at the altar of pork. Cool. Yes. Very yes. The altar of pork. It is. Actually, no. It's turkey bacon. It's turkey bacon. Let's not get it twisted. Yeah, Kevin Na. I liked Kevin Na a lot. Didn't get to him. Yeah, look at this. This top is just ridiculous. Jim Furyk. I thought Jim Furyk, he was his game fitted RBC Heritage so well, and he was playing well, and everybody was on Jim Furyk for RBC Heritage. And then you get this course, which is not a complete comp, but it's similar. What's going on, people filling in? What's going on? Yo, Sal, you think Mirotic can see his 20-plus minutes, or are you confident in him seeing mid-10s? I think mid-10s is more realistic. I think he could see the 20-plus. I think if you watch the video, he's that sleeper-type guy who can go off tonight like we've seen with Fred VanVleet. But here's the thing. This is the biggest thing, and this is at least my theory, and I think it's true. Malcolm Brogdon going to the starting lineup, obviously putting Mirotic to the bench hurt him. But then the Bucks continued to play small. So Brogdon, Bledsoe saw increased minutes. Brogdon more so is going to see those anyways, but Bledsoe increased minutes. George Hill increased minutes. Sterling Brown even got in there for about 3.5 minutes of run. So they played small. Them playing small forced more Fred VanVleet minutes. Fred VanVleet also playing well forced more Fred VanVleet minutes. So I don't think Mirotic gets back on the court unless you start to see George Hill struggle or something. They're going to continue to run George Hill out there, and if they're going to continue to start Brogdon, it hurts Mirotic. And then that also hurts Ersan Ilyasova, which to me, I don't really want either then. Casey killed me. Yeah, Paul Casey, just everybody sucked. It seems like Nah was the right play, who was a popular guy at RBC Heritage, as well as Rory's been playing absolutely phenomenal as of late. Sabatini. Jim Furyk, popular guy there. Did CT Pan win the RBC Heritage? Is that who won RBC? I can't remember, but he's guys who are course comps for that course have been playing well, or I guess distant or somewhat course comps. This is Jake and Paul. Son signed into my YouTube channel and I can't switch. 5 out of 6 was Damn Casey. What's going on, Jake and Paul? How's it going? 5 out of 6 with Damn Casey. Yeah, 5 out of 6 is going to do well this week, though, when you factor in that the 6 out of 6s, there's only, on average, 3% of those in each contest. And you know that all 3% of those aren't really going to have optimal lineups anyways. They're going to have guys who barely are finishing last and stuff, so your 5 out of 6 will pass them. And then you also 5 out of 6 is just, 15% this week or something crazy? And it says, how did you do in WNBA yesterday? I didn't end up playing. I thought I was pretty transparent with that. I kept trying to find lineups. We got to see the lineups right before they locked, and I figured I could throw $5 in and track it, but I just threw nothing in and tracked it. So I did not end up playing WNBA yesterday, although I thought the contests were pretty good. But I want some data to go off of, honestly, before I put into it. But I will be tracking it. I want to see what all these guys finished. The cut ended up being +2. Okay, yeah, I didn't know if we would get to +3. Paul Casey withdrew. Unbelievable. Paul Casey withdrawing after shooting a 69. Yeah, that sucks to have. That's absolutely terrible. What's going on, Weedo boys? Smash that like button, peeps. Yeah, you can, if you would like. Super upset on getting off of Nah 5 minutes before lock. Anthony, I feel the exact same. I got off of Nah so close. When I pivoted off of Bryson, I had a Nah plus somebody else lineup that would have definitely done better than the Ricky Fowler lineup that I threw together with I don't even know who the guy I went to was. I had like Matthew Fitzpatrick and Nah, and then I ended up getting Ricky Fowler and I don't even know what Dust, Matt Avery or Matt Avery, whoever it was. Siwoo Kim finishes +7. Yeah, all my guys just absolutely finished terrible. Let's go find all my guys this week. Siwoo Kim +7 just falls apart on like the back nine. Alphabet +6. Let's find the worst lineup you could build because that's what I built this week. Alphabet, Siwoo Kim. I got off of Bryson, so there's a bump. Rory +3, just missing the cut. Dreadful. 3 of my guys missing the cut. That's never great when you get a 3 out of 6. Graham McDowell makes it. I did not end up playing him. Played Poulter. So my first guy is actually +2, barely makes the cut. Jesus Christ. I haven't looked at this since yesterday because I knew I was done literally after day 1. It's terrible. Played I was going to play Fitzpatrick and literally had Fitzpatrick in 5 minutes before lock. So that really hurts when you see a guy who's even on a course like this and then a guy who's literally tied for second. Wow, where are I guess my best plays did decent, right? Matt Avery -1, tied for 21st. That's probably my best play. Well, that's just dreadful. Jesus Christ. Thanks for the show, bro. Yeah, no problems. What's your perspective on what happened to Gasol? I tripled up with him in my lineups and would have been top 5 if he was average. Keep up the great work. Thanks. Yeah, I like Gasol a lot in that. Or actually, no. Early on, I didn't like Gasol at all for that last game because of high ownership, similar to where Malcolm Brogdon's coming in for me today. I thought there were realistic pivots in that game. And then as it got closer to lock, I thought the price was too cheap, so I got like half Gasol. I played 2 lineups, so I had 1 with Gasol. Tonight, I like Gasol a lot. His price is too cheap. He's been playing better at home in this series and in the playoffs. And it's not like his minutes got really cut into. He just wasn't getting usage. Part of that is because Kawhi was a usage monster, but I think you see that was an outlier game on the low end. So I like Gasol. And today, Malcolm Brogdon is sort of that Gasol for me. Yeah, Brogdon played 34 minutes, but he's not this guy who's going to go out there and dominate like he did in the last game. And now people are going to be on him as if he is. He played 30 to 34 minutes, 32 to 34 minutes in the regular season, and he would average like 30 fantasy points or right around there, maybe a little bit less. So he's not this guy who's going to blow up. Yes, the motivation factor is more in the playoffs, but you still have Giannis, you still have Middleton taking away. I really do like the Bledsoe pivot off of Malcolm Brogdon today. You save $1,000, you can leave that on the table, and you're getting players who are both going to play. Brogdon probably plays 2 to 4 more minutes, but they're both going to be similarly productive, I imagine, on most nights. You prefer Lopez or Gasol? Similar price range. I prefer Gasol there. I'm big on Gasol and Powell fan tonight. Yeah, Powell's fine. He's still in play, but it's really hard for me not to get to Fred VanVleet. If the Bucks continue to start Brogdon, you're going to continue to see good to big Fred VanVleet minutes. I like Lopez and Gasol. Yeah, that's fine. I will be right back. Like 30 seconds. Got to flip this breakfast, gang. All right. Goddamn. All right. Intermission. Yeah, intermission for sure. No way Fred makes 7 threes again. That was all his points. Such an outlier, and he's going to have his ownership through the roof. Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to have his ownership through the roof. I think it was an outlier, but I still think he's getting the minutes. I think that his play obviously gave him minutes, but it gave him increased minutes, but I don't think it gave him turkey bacon. Come on, Sal, that's weak. No, yeah, I got both. We're good. Yesterday I had normal bacon, got turkey bacon today. I got to get rid of it. I can't just throw it out, right? And it's Sam's Club. You go to Sam's Club, you get 3 weeks to a month worth of turkey bacon for the same price as like 5 days worth of normal bacon. You can't beat that. But yeah, I think that Fred VanVleet's minutes were increased because of his great play. I think that that was an outlier performance, but he's still cheap. He's still too cheap, and I think he's still going to get. I have him at 32 minutes instead of his 37 or whatever he got. I think he gets that if you do see Malcolm Brogdon starting again. And it's just the best prediction I can make. These minutes have been all over the place. People coming into games, one game sample sizes each game. But yeah, that's just what I'm expecting today. Is a I like bacon wrapped turkey. Yeah, I like that too. Hey, campaign, what's going on? Donating $1 to the channel. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Just lurking in the live stream and then donating $1. That's really awesome. Yeah, appreciate that a ton. Yeah. So Fred VanVleet, I didn't know he made 7 threes. I'll be honest with you. I thought he made like 5. That's insane. So yeah, big performance for him, playing better. But I probably lean Fred VanVleet more so than a fade on him. I think Brogdon would be the one that I'd be more tempted to fade due to pricing. Like if Fred VanVleet was 5,600 or 58, whatever, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, this increased price. But his price it came up $2,000, right, from 28 or whatever it was. But it's still manageable if you can say he's going to play 30 minutes. I have him projected for about 25 fantasy points. I think that's pretty good. But it does make sense if you want to go absolute fade on him because, yeah, he just did spike in ownership now probably and also price. I lean liking him, though. Powell is too cheap. Been good except last game. Everyone going to be off him. That's the thing. Yeah. So, and if you're going to play Powell, you have to get off of Fred VanVleet. So I think that's a really good pivot because you're saving yourself You're saving yourself $1,000 and it's direct leverage. So if Powell does well, that means Fred VanVleet's probably not playing as many minutes. Now that doesn't directly mean that he can be coming in for other guys, but you think Powell's coming in for Kawhi and leaving Fred VanVleet out there? No, he's definitely not coming in for Lowry or something of that matter. So I think that your minutes are going to be coming from there. You could also say they take him from Ibaka, but yeah. So the direct leverage off of Fred VanVleet's increased ownership is Norman Powell, who has been playing well, have been projected still for about 26. I think Ibaka is the guy who sees the biggest minutes cut here, because I do think Gasol sees an increased run today. I think there's a good chance Gasol could play 35 minutes today. He will eat Danny Green's minutes. That's fair. Yep, that's also true. I have Danny Green at 17 minutes. I don't think Danny Green goes below that, so I have Danny Green, really low minutes, but I'm giving those right now to VanVleet. We can look at the minutes. Right now, for minutes, I have Kawhi at 40, which I think is low, right? But his average for the series is 40. He played 40 in the last game. I think that he's had 42-minute games, but he's also had 36-minute games. For one reason or another. So median projection-wise, I feel fine giving him 40. Pascal's at 36. Pascal, I want to give more as well, but he just hasn't been playing those minutes. They've been fine getting into the bench a little bit more. Lowry at 40, that seems like where it's been for him. Gasol at 32, and then Fred VanVleet at 32, which might seem high. You can take 4 minutes off of Fred VanVleet. Give him 8. Give those to your Siakams, your whoever you're interested in more, Powell. Ibaka at 17, Powell at 26, Danny Green at 17, and that's where I reside right now. I think that Fred VanVleet 32 could be high. I think that if I give him 30 right now, and I want to give 2 minutes elsewhere, I probably lean to give these more so to Marc Gasol / Siakam than anybody else. Giving Marc Gasol 33 and Siakam 37 feels a little bit better. Giving Fred VanVleet 30, so that's somewhere where I would reside. That still gives Fred VanVleet projection just under 24 today. Comparing that to my Norman Powell projection, I have Powell just under 19. Fred VanVleet is just a better fantasy point per minute guy. Powell has been better in the playoffs, but yeah, that's where I reside. I hope so. Danny Green sucks. That's why we got rid of him in San Antonio. I think everybody got rid of Danny Green, really. But yeah. In San Antonio, yeah, he was for a couple of years, though. Great. I mean, I like Danny Green because if I just see something about a player, like online somewhere, like on YouTube, and it's just like a sit down, I just automatically like them. I don't know what it is. It's about even rappers, things like that. Never really liked 21 Savage, if that rings a bell with anybody. Watched like an hour episode of him being interviewed. Liked him. Saw he was personable. Same thing with Danny Green. Danny Green's just like a stand-up guy, and that's why I like him. And actually basketball, though, yeah, very three-point reliant. Not a great fantasy point scorer. I doubt everybody will be off Powell and 888. Yeah, I don't think everybody's going to be off of him because he's still getting minutes. But I think more people are definitely going to be on VanVleet. What's Powell's DK price now? Powell's at 3,800. Fred VanVleet's at 48. Serge Ibaka's at 44. Danny Green's at 3,000 for just some team reference. Who are your top 3 possible captains? I'm thinking Giannis and Kawhi as a safer and bet, and Lowry as my more riskier. I like Giannis and Kawhi in that order at the top options. And then my third favorite, people really didn't ask me this. I do lean Siakam as my third favorite. Once again, it would be the same as last time. And it's the same as last time all around. Siakam and Marc Gasol are guys that I like there. I don't want to be going back to Brogdon too much. I think that Middleton, I prefer Siakam to, and then I even prefer Gasol to Middleton when we just factor in price. Lowry is a guy that I do like. You can put him in the captain spot, but he's not a guy that I really see being the one who's taking the charge there. His minutes are great for Lowry. Obviously, his usage will be good, but he's not the guy that I ever see getting there as a captain, more so than I could see a Gasol getting there or somebody else. But yeah, I like Giannis, Kawhi in that order, and then probably Siakam, which again, 3 most expensive guys. Sal, you're not giving us anything. That's just the way I am. I like Siakam last time when he was $8,000. I like Middleton as captain when he was $7,400. But the way that I'm looking at pricing, that's what I like. Hey Sally, happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Pascal helped me win nice money last game, but now he's too overpriced and always has that foul trouble risk. Yeah, and he does, but he's not going to get as much of Giannis. Last game, we saw a lot more Kawhi on Giannis. The game before that is when we started to see it. I think we continue to see Kawhi on Giannis. And Pascal, yeah, he's $9,200. He's priced up $800. I agree with that for sure. If you put him in the captain, it's going to be tougher to get to some other pieces. But I do like Pascal still today, just overall. What about the Raptors' second game versus the Warriors? Raps won without Kawhi versus full Golden State, says Thomas Miller. Regular season? Yeah, I don't think that matters too much. Would you keep putting Ersan in for value? I would not now. If Malcolm Brogdon's starting, Mirotic's been losing all of his hype. And if Mirotic's going to the bench, playing the 3, and you're having off the bench, obviously they're not all just coming in the second unit as once, but if you just bear with me, you're going to have the best option off the bench now is probably George Hill. Then you're going to get Mirotic. Then you're going to get Ersan. So it's just not as great. Now, I know Brogdon's coming to the starting, so it's still like he's the third guy off the bench. But you have Mirotic coming in most likely before Ersan, who's playing realistically the same position. So, yeah, I don't like the fact that I don't like Ersan. I don't like Mirotic off the bench because you saw they're playing smaller. They gave Sterling Brown 3.5 minutes because they were playing smaller. They gave Pat Connaughton a little bit of a bump of like 3 minutes. So, yeah, that's where I reside on Ersan. Don't really want any. Does stand-up guys translate to fantasy points? About Danny Green, Scott? It does not. Yeah, no, it does not. I just like him, meaning actually Danny Green. Yeah, but fantasy, no. He's got to hit his threes, and he has not been doing that. All right, gang. What have we been on here for? 22 minutes. Video's up. I'm going to go eat some breakfast, and then I'm going to get the heck on out of here. Travel a little bit. Powell over Van Vliet 100% because he's aggressive at times. Also, I think Van Vliet won't replicate his performance. I think he sees slightly less. Yeah, I think he sees slightly less minutes. I have him in for like 6 less minutes right now at 30. I still think he sees good minutes. But yeah, the production is obviously the thing. And I think Powell is a fine leverage off of that on the same exact team. Wow, did not notice how cheap Gasol is. He's a sneaky captain play. I agree. He's my 3rd or 4th favorite captain behind the 2 most expensive guys and potentially Siakam. Raptors and Bucks don't have a chance against Golden State. I also agree with that. Even without Durant, I don't think anybody has a chance against Golden State. I would say, yeah, I don't think so. I just don't. I like the way Kawhi is playing. I like that the Bucks are a similar team to Golden State in terms of they can just nail a bunch of threes and get right back into something in that close. But yeah, I don't think anybody beats them. All right, gang. Peace out. Have a great Saturday. If you're playing MLB, good luck. If you got 6 out of 6s, 5 out of 6s in golf, best of luck. I'm out. Peace.